Today I want to spend a few minutes and talk about two sides of the same coin. And you hear about them, but I just want to kind of like most things, I want to kind of approach it from a different angle, get you thinking about things a little bit differently. And I want to talk about sinking and uprooting. So when we play our Chi Sau or do our forms have a couple of interesting things in there, especially Chum Kiu. They have the idea that we can uproot our opponent, use our back leg for pressure, and give an upward vector to our energy, and that will uproot our opponent. That'll make them step back. So our uprooting causes them to go back. And also in our form, we have the idea of sinking. We have it in Siu Lim Tao, first thing we do. We have it in Chum Kiu. So we have sinking and uprooting. We have both of them. One of them causes our opponent to go backwards. One of them causes our opponent to come forwards. So we have sinking the elbow, sinking the stance, and that's going to draw our opponent forward, off balance them forward. And we have uprooting, upward vector, and that's going to off balance our partner backwards. Okay, borrow Chris for a sec. So we play our Chi Sau, and if I put my hips under me a little bit, I get access to his balance in a backwards way. And if I sink my weight, I get access to his balance in a forward direction. And I can do this and manipulate his balance and play with his balance, not necessarily by using my hands. I'm not pushing him and pulling him with my arms. I just put my technique there, and then I let my body do the work. And I can use this to put him out of position. A little bit of press, a little bit of uprooting from this back leg. A little bit of uprooting puts him out of position, and then I can attack. So I'm going to use this in my Chi Sau. If he's particularly strong, I can then affect his balance. Oh, didn't like that much, did you? There we go. So, right? Get him stepping back, gives me some space, gives me a chance to attack. When his back foot lands, I'm going to hit. So it gives us a chance to play a little bit. And because of this understanding of sinking and uprooting, I get to dissolve. Because I control his balance, I get to affect how and when he attacks, because you can't attack without balance. I mean, maybe you can, but you're not going to have a whole bunch of luck with that. So I'm just going to get Chris to attack whenever he... So you just go ahead and attack. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just going to play a little bit here. Don't miss. And I'm going to, you were going to attack, weren't you? He tries to step in, and I can just uproot that. We have an expression in Wing Chun. The expression says, if you pick up your foot, you have to be able to put it down. So he picked up his foot to step in to hit me, and I uprooted that. He couldn't put his foot down. Okay. So I'm just looking for some bridges here using my stance. Don't miss. Oops. And on video, doesn't really look like too much is going on, but poor Chris here, he's got a lot to deal with as his balance gets affected. Ooh, that was close. I guess I should watch. I'm gonna step it in, don't miss. Try this side, see if it helps. Thanks. So we get this ability to control when they attack and how they attack based on our ability to control their balance. We saw a couple of times where Chris had his boundaries, kept his boundaries, but in order to prevent himself from going off balance, he gave up his boundaries. Then he just gets hit. Okay, I'll take that too. So what I'd like you to do is take a week or so and just work on how can I use my sinking and my uprooting from my forms. How can I take those techniques and use of my stance to affect their balance to the point where they don't have an opportunity to attack. Okay, that's all I wanted to say about the two sides of the same coin for this episode. Once again, I thank you all for watching. I look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now. Hi, welcome back. In today's episode, I want to talk about human nature. And in Kung Fu, in anything, when somebody loses their balance, their natural instinct is to use their arms to regain balance. So as a Kung Fu person, I want to learn how to take advantage of that. So if somebody gets their balance the wrong way, I can punch them. So let's take Chris, for example. So when somebody loses their balance, the natural inclination, yes, and even this happened, it happened smaller, I don't know if you saw it, but there was kind of this thing where the hands sort of do a little bit of this in order to keep the balance. So when the balance goes, right? Did you see that? Did you see the elbow kind of fly out? Did you see that? So this is a kind of a micro, right? This is all he has to do. He's trained his balance a little bit. So, but that's all I need. So we're looking for these opportunities where the hands go out of position. Oh, there it goes. Did you feel it? Kind of opens up a little bit. So I'm looking for these positions where the hands go out of position. And then once they're out of position, that's my chance to attack. There it is. So that's our job, is to watch for that little micro moment when the hands open up in order to keep us, there it is, in order for the hands to come off the line, gives me a ready, and interesting, right? Kind of fun. There it is. So, yeah, good. There it is. So spend the week and play with the balance of your enemy, partner, and just see if you can detect that moment that their hands kind of lose control because of their lower brain. And then step in and hit. Having fun? Me too. Lots of fun opportunity in there. So go ahead and explore that this week. Feel that little time when their hands come off center in order to keep their balance. Instead of using your arms to keep your balance, anytime you feel your balance start to go, sink. Sinking is the key to keeping your balance, as opposed to using your arms. Yes, very good tip. Work with that. Spend the week, work with that idea. You'll have a lot of fun. So to summarize, I think it's pretty safe to say that the more skilled you get, the more practice you get, the higher your Kung Fu, the more you're going to use your legs to control your balance, and the less you're going to use your arms to control your balance. Because what we want is independence. So our arms can be doing stuff and our legs will work independently to make sure we stay balanced and make sure the enemy stays unbalanced. So they're going to work as a team. And if, in the beginning, the arms solve all problems. In the beginning, the arms are where your techniques come from. They provide power. They keep your balance. They're everything's done with the arms. And as you get more competent, you'll find the legs come into play a little bit more to solve some of the problems you might run across. That's all I wanted to say about uprooting and flailing arms and sinking for this lesson. Once again, I thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again. Until then, bye for now.